Happy Friday, everybody. My name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. I am going to do a card for you today that we're going to kind of combine a couple of things. I'm really excited about it. Way back before I had the things from this catalog, and I was with my girlfriends, and we try to do a weekly Facebook Live together, but sometimes life gets in the way. And the last couple of weeks, one of my girlfriends is with her niece and her nieces and her nieces and nephews of her niece. And my other girlfriend has had surgery, so we've missed a couple of weeks. But back when this was all still an idea and we were going to get it and we didn't have any of the product, the set that I'm going to use today, I said was going to be the first thing that I stamped with. But we don't actually have the catalog sometimes when we order. And so when I wrote down the number, I didn't get the dies. So I overnighted my order, and then the next order that came got, at the end of the regular pick line. So I'm only just now getting to it. So I'm really excited to use it. But since it took a while, and I'm not going to use all new product on it, so I'm going to mix it with the sale paper. So it ended up that it's worked out for the better, but it's definitely not the first thing I've used out of the catalog. But I did want to tell you, I've had a couple of people who I did mail catalogs to, and they've contacted me because they didn't get it, and I checked the tracking. They may end up getting two, but I send these first class mail, and sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes the tracking just shows that it's scanned out of Indy. COVID, still affects us in weird ways. Before COVID, I hardly ever had mailing issues, and these days, sometimes I still do. So if you think you should have gotten one from me and you don't have it yet, then let me know, and I will check yours, and I'm happy to send you another one. And if you get two, then I just ask that you pass the original one that eventually gets to you to somebody who may enjoy it. So mark your calendars, August 3rd. I will have a walkthrough video of both. I'll do two separate walkthrough videos, one of the mini and one of the celebration catalogs, and I'll show you everything I've made to that point using things from those catalogs. I will show you what I'm most looking forward to. I'll show you some stuff that will be featured in my upcoming fall retreat. I'll show you the stuff that's in my online classes. It'll just be a fun day. There'll be extra ordering specials, so if you order on the 3rd or the 4th, you'll get some additional freebies. And I do want to let you know that I've opened registration yesterday for my first online class. It is with the Peaceful Cabin. You do not need to own blends. Some of you are like, I really like that stamp set, but I can't color like you. We're not going to color. So it's going to use blending brushes and embossing powder. And we'll do, it's a winter set, but all of our cards won't be winter. So we'll mix it up a little bit. So it's going to be a super fun class. We'll do 4 cards. It's all online. So that's there to look forward to. So if you need a catalog, you want to register for the class, get on my email. An email will go out today. And you'll also be able to find that information on my website. Then this paper is still on sale. I'm going to lose my catalogs. Yep. That's what happens when you just pile everything around you. This paper is still on sale. I love, 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 love this paper. And obviously it's getting ready to really be a hit because it's kind of fallish. A little bit of winter. This is the, I think it's called Beauty of the Earth. Yes, Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper. I have more than one pack here because I always have more than one pack because I always have lots of classes and things going on. But it's super pretty. Let's see if I can get all the designs here for you. I pulled out one pack, but mine are kind of cut. So here's one side of them. So it goes with the tree set that's in the catalog, but I love to mix them up. So here's one side, and then let's flip it over. And here's the other side. See, it has some summer, it has some winter, definitely Beauty of the Earth, and we're gonna make it work with today's set. And if you've seen the little snippet, you might think that looks like a really hard card. It is. You're going to be shocked at how incredibly simple this is. Let me move it where it's not going to, I'm not going to lose my giant stack of paper. So there's 2 different sets. So come back tomorrow because I'm going to use the Sweet Treat set because they both mix and match. For today, I'm going to use the classic Cloche. The images are larger than what they appear on this or what they appear in the catalog. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I say that I haven't actually looked at the catalog, so let me open it up. So here's the Cloche, and you can see it's quite a bit larger than what it appears there. Here's the churches, and you can see they're larger than that. I love cloches. I have I decorate with cloches. I have a large one that is very reminiscent of the one that I'm going to make on today's card that sits as the focal point in my house, and it's filled with lights, so we light it up all year round. So that's kind of the inspiration for today's project. And then I have probably 5 or 6 smaller ones, and I just open them up all year round. Several of them are filled with seasonal plants. The main one I fill with designs. I will take pictures of it and I'll put them on my website of the one today. The one right now is filled with a little Americana girl who's holding a little American flag. Christmas, it's filled with some antique nativities. It's always filled with something of the season, and I do fill it all. I decorate for every season, almost probably every month, every other month. Everything in my house gets the big switcheroo. So my husband didn't used to be quite on board, but he is now. So it's super fun, but you're going to love this card. So I'm going to use some fun papers as well as the Beauty of the Earth paper. So I have espresso for my card base. Pull that wood feel in. The cloche that I have the inspiration for sits on a giant wood base. My mom actually got me this cloche. I've had it for years. And then this, I started out and I was using shimmery white. But this, my series, the stuff that's laying on my table, in my recent summer retreat, we did a lot of the pearl transfer technique. So I still had a bunch of the pearl paper that I had cut to use for the retreat. So after I was using the shimmery white, I thought, well, the pearl would be even prettier because this is just a really elegant card. So I went ahead and I'm using the pearl. And then I have some pieces of the new... Now in the celebration catalog, you're going to see that there is some, I think it's called bedazzled paper, and you get that in my Peaceful Cabbing class. If you do the full kit, you get a full pack of that, and then a half a pack of one of the other papers as a bonus. But that one has texture to it. This has absolutely no texture at all. It's really, really pretty and shimmery, so I'm going to use that. So what I did, I mean, this card is super simple, so don't be scared off because you think it's a shaker. It doesn't shake. So I just cut all these pieces out. I don't think I can get them all on here at once. We'll see. So we have some little tiny trees, and all of these are from the Cloche dies. I'm not even using the Cloche stamps on this one. So here's some tiny trees. We have a little piece of the wood. Let's see if I can pull them over here. So we have trees. We have some of the base. I'm just gonna plunk as many on here as we can. Some more trees. And when I was doing it, this piece of the green has variations of green. So I tried to cut where some of the trees would be different, because you see the trees on here, the way they're cut. This way, when you put them on here, you're gonna get, all the trees will be a little bit different colors of green. I'm gonna be able to get quite a lot of them on this one. Maybe all of the pieces. When I was, excuse me, creating the card, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted it to look like. And then I pulled this wood piece out of the paper, and I'm gonna do the base from the wood, and then some of the base, actually I've got this reversed. The base from the gold, and you want to make sure that these aren't going through speed bump, especially when you're laying stuff on here all cattywampus like this. Just make sure that none of these are going to go straight line through. That one and this one, and then this is all of our pieces. So we'll put these through first. And this is really the bulk of the card right here. Here's the piece of the bedazzling paper. And it kind of looks like snakeskin. This is one of the free celebration choices. It's a 6x6 as well. So here's the difference of it. But this one definitely has more of a texture to it. Not anything that would fall off, but it does have a little bit more texture. This is completely... You just need to get both of them because this feels flat and this has texture. I didn't know I had that scrap laying there. I I can pretty much do what's laying on your table with anything in the catalog, because sometimes I feel like everything in the catalog is laying on my table. And the sad thing is I just cleaned. Not cleaned, but straightened. Let's go with that. When your plates get a lot of little cuts in them, everything sticks. And I've also got static because the air conditioner's on. Okay, so then we're gonna take this piece here, which is our piece, our front piece. So with this one, you're gonna put the cloche, and you do need to line it up so it's straight on your card. So put this on straight. I'll put it on so I can see it straight. And then as long as you do it with the little tip going through first, it's probably gonna speed bump a little bit here. So that's why I line it up on there, and then you can kind of tilt it. That optical illusion thing is difficult for us. I know it's just, especially if you're OCD, which I am not, and it's hard for me, to put it on your plate crooked. It makes it hard to line it up. See, it kind of even speed bumps there. Okay, now we just have to stick it all together. Well, I'll go ahead and do the last bit of stuff with the die cut. So you're gonna take your back panel, and another little sneak peek for you. I don't remember what this is called, but when you join me on August 3rd and I can show you in the catalog, it's one of the new dies, and it has, maybe it's like time-worn type or something like that. It has a little bit of speckles. You'll see it when I run it through. And, oh, all this is gonna fall off. Hang on. I have a couple of other projects ready to film because it's Friday, so they're all lined up there. So it's got typing and like speckles. And anytime you put the pearlescent paper through the folders, it looks so super pretty. See how pretty that is? Okay, now let's stick this all together. So we're gonna work with this as our base. And because it's not going to, like, you're not gonna be able to touch it on the card, you can go ahead, and I found that the Seal Plus worked really well for this. So I know there's gonna be stuff at the base. So I put 2 rows of it. And then I just kind of felt like I was decorating my cloche. So I always want something high in my cloche. The trick with the cloches is to get something high that doesn't touch the top. Okay, so I have all my pieces ready. So I started with my base, because obviously there's a bottom to the inside of your cloche. So a lot of times, especially at Christmas, I fill mine with a little bit of tinsel or just some pretty fluff. And like I said, I'm not making mine a shaker. You could put a shaker. I don't. My daughter said, that's a pretty fall card. And I'm like, well, it was meant to be summer. But if fall or summer, I wouldn't make it a shaker. It does have lights in it right now. So I'm gonna start kind of high now that I have my base. I'm gonna start with my biggest tree. So this was the set of the 3 big trees. And you're gonna have to add a little bit of extra seal when you start covering it up, but it's super easy to do. And you're just gonna kind of fill it and just pretend that it is a cloche and that you're filling it. So I'm gonna put those in, and I didn't use all of these on my other one, so I have an extra one here. But because of the color of the green, I might use it instead. So now you can see I've covered up a lot of that, so I'm just gonna put another little strip right here. Now if you're gonna put shaker in it, you don't wanna do that. Then you'd wanna put your adhesive on the back of your actual trees. Otherwise the shaker stuff is gonna stick to your trees itself. Now I'm gonna go ahead and stick some of these little gold ones in, because I'm not going for a real forest. If you're using these trees on a different card, obviously look how cute they are. You could use them and make some kind of a forest card. Then you might not want gold trees. But you know, on a trip to Home Goods, I might very well buy some gold trees, especially in the fall. Or some pink trees. Look how much fun would this be to make a Christmas card and have some pink trees in it. This would also make some fun little framed art pieces. I don't even think, I think I'm gonna, oh, I guess that's, I was gonna say I'm gonna use less, but now I've got one less because, I mean, I've got two because I didn't use one of those on each card. You just can't fit both of those in here. But you do want to remember that these are sitting on the bottom of the cloche. So now we have that. That's all it takes. Now to stick this on here, this needs to be in the center of your card. So I just laid this on here, and then you're just going to puzzle this back in. You see why this needed to be straight when you put your card on. So you're just going to stick this right back and then lift this out. And then if you don't want it to have the actual dome, you could just put window sheet there and cover that up. But we do have the fun little cloches that are like the jars and the snow globes. We've had several variations of these now, and I love these. These are super cute. So peel your back off. It's double-sided, so take the back off. And you're going to put this on here. And then I didn't press down super hard until I made sure it was all lined up. Before you press down on it, put this on. It looks good. Especially because this is a really dark card. If you find you're having a hard time centering these, go with a lighter background. Then if it's a little off center, it doesn't matter as much. But that looks pretty good. So lift this back up now. Now you can press that down and go ahead and peel this piece up. Told you it was super easy. And because this isn't a shaker, you don't have to really peel this piece up. Because it's not really going to hold anything in there. It's just one extra seal to keep that pressed down. Add your adhesive around the edges. Now this time you want to make sure that you don't let it drop before it's ready. And again, don't press until you know it's where you want it, because you could lift it back up. And for that part, you could also use just the regular seal, because you know, then it's easier to lift back up. So now we have that. Now we need to add our little base. So we'll start with the gold. I'll put my adhesive a little bit low. And then you just really kind of need two little rolls of this to come out. Not even rolls, just if you use the seal, you know, it comes out kind of in the strips, and that's plenty. So now we've got this. And then one last little touch. I didn't want to add ribbon. I didn't want to really detract from that, but I felt like it needed something more. Like, obviously you could add some more. Oh, crud. I forgot the lights. I was so eager to get the thing on. Well, this one's not a lit up cloche. I'll show you the lit up one on my other one. Here's the lights right here. It doesn't need the lights, but I liked the lights. This one's not lit. So we have a lit and an unlit one. And I'm not going to attempt to pull that back up. So I took this, because I just wanted to fill a little bit more something in. And then this is the Mossy Meadow, which is the color that's in the paper. And just add this. And then you can see added a little bit of speckle, just a little bit more interest. So the card's not quite so flat. And I just did it on the 2 corners, so it looked like it was kind of going there. You want to cover up your cloche, because if it gets on there, the blends are permanent, and so it would make your cloche look a little dusty. So here is mine during the day. If you'd go down to my family room right now, my cloche is not lit up, and that's how it looks. If you go later at night, then it is lit up, and there's the little lights. So it doesn't really have to have the little glowing rhinestones. Mine has copper lights in it. So there's the lit and the unlit. Oh, I'm kind of annoyed with myself. I don't know how I forgot this. All I did was stick the rhinestone. You know how to stick a rhinestone on. You just have to remember to do it. So there you go. A little bit of a sneak peek, a little bit. So go ahead and get your papers this month while they're on sale, because they're 15% off. And then next month, when you are able to order the cloche, you'll have your papers all ready and you'll be able to whip these cards out. I am going to do another one, like I said, with the other set. So check back over the weekend for when that video posts. And then I'll do, I think I have one more that features the designer series paper. And then we are going to go all out on sneak peek to get you ready for your pre-orders. And like I said, you can sign up still. I have a few more try it class spaces left. A bunch of people signed up yesterday, so I need to go back and count how many spots I have. I don't know that it's going to make it to July 28th. My husband and I were talking last night. We might be able to do a few more spots. We're trying to figure out if we put this, we can fit this many spots on the counter, and seeing how many more we can get. But everybody have a great weekend. And if you're not on my email list, join it. And then that way you'll have all the scoop. Everybody have a great one. Bye.